I'm an alcoholic, drug addict. Probably for a year, I was sitting on the couch in this house here, drinking 2 fists of vodka a day. In my practice, it was rated 3rd in the state per population, rated 3rd in the state, making a mid-6-figure income. I had to have 2 of everything, 2 motorhomes, 2 boats. Well, what came about was I have a titanium wrist, so I lost the use of my hands. That's my manhood. And stock market tanked, real estate market tanked. I went through a real nasty divorce, and I didn't know how to handle it.
Ramblers in the wilderness, we can't find what we need. We get a little restless from the searching, get a little worn down in between. Like a bull chasing a matador, is the man left to his own schemes. Everybody needs someone beside them, shining like a lighthouse from the sea. Brother, let me be your shelter. I'll never leave you all alone, 'cause I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way, bring you home.
He would have patients scheduled, and by the time he showed up at the office in the morning, he would be too drunk to see patients, and the demons that possessed him doing all of this became more and more apparent. The lawn didn't get mowed, the trees didn't get trimmed, weeds were growing up.
And I'd become such a wretch that she had some friends take me up to Grand Rapids. So they just basically took me to Mel Trotter and slowed the car down and sort of rolled me out of the car and drove off. And I'm laying there in front of Mel Trotter, and some of the security people, resident specialists, they were called at the time, carried me in, prayed over me.
Face down in the desert now, there's a cage locked around my heart. I found a way to drop the keys where my failures were. Now my hands can't reach that far. I ain't made for rivalry, I could never take the world alone. I know that in my weakness I am strong, but it's your love that brings me home. Brother, let me be your shelter. I'll never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. And brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way, bring you home.
We were talking, and this is almost a direct quote. He goes, "You know, you might have been wealthy, you might have all these degrees, you might be the smartest person in the world, but you know what? Your best thinking got you living in a mission, and you don't know squat." And I stopped in my tracks, and he was absolutely true. And I set about at that time to learn and place myself under the counselors there at Mel Trotter, and I learned how to live life biblically. The nursing staff, Janice, they healed me. They physically healed me. The chapels were enriching. Everyone had one goal in mind, and that was to raise up, encourage, and show the love of Christ to all those there. The counselors and the staff eat with the people in the program. So you're fellowshipping and breaking bread in an informal way, yet you're learning. Mel Trotter was life-giving.
I'll never leave you all alone. I could be the one you call when you're low. And brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. I'll be the one to light the way, bring me home.
Madison and Pastor Beelan and the elders, we talked, and they supported me in recommendations, along with classes support of going to seminary.
2 weeks before he was graduating from seminary, he got the call from Sacred Heart. It just, within a month of him graduating, he was working in peer recovery. You know, his relationship with the kids have all been restored, and
We used to have we have wallets, and men used to pull their wallets out and show pictures of their kids. I thought that moment was never come to me. And now we have pictures of our family that we can brag about, that came about because of God and Jesus Christ and Mel Trotter.
Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way, bring you home. Be the one to light the way, bring you home.
If not for the donors from Mel Trotter, if it hadn't been for them, this family and many more would not exist. They would have been gone. And that they are following God's commandment, and that they are going. They might not be going into the mission. Their money is going, their donations are going into the mission, and they're changing lives. It's ending homelessness. And without Mel Trotter, there would be an empty hole in Grand Rapids.